Back in the days when it was established about 1956 ma, so Sikkim Supreme like त्यति बेला establish गर्नु चाहिँ why was it so important to establish a government food preservation factory?
And अहिलेको generations they're intelligent पनि छ, they know, they understand the responsibility much more than what we used to understand. So उहाँहरूले यसलाई amplify गर्नु पर्यो. So they have to make a choice to go by trend or to go by tradition. I don't think so we should look at the way the world is going हुन्छ नि. I would rather suggest हाम्रो entrepreneurs like to take to the world from what we have.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So किनभने we are blessed with amazing climate, soil राम्रो छ. So rather than taking from the bringing to the world inside Sikkim, so we should go beyond, we should take Sikkim to the world.
And then being a managing director of Sikkim Supreme, so one business lesson that you would like to give to our listeners?
Number one is we do not compromise when it comes to quality.
Hello and namaste everyone. Welcome back to Sikkim Students Fair, powered by SKM Student Wing and supported by Sikkim Supreme, venue partner Taika. So this is our 12th episode and we have a very special guest in today's episode. आज हामीसँग हुनुहुन्छ Mrs. Chanda Rani Rai ma'am. So she is the managing director of Sikkim Supreme and we are very honored to welcome her in this podcast show. किनभने Sikkim Supreme has been a very valuable partner to us and they have been supporting us from the very beginning of this podcast show. So welcome ma'am.
Thank you for the invitation.
स्वागत छ. So ma'am, you have been a very great partner to us and ma'am तपाईहरुले हामीलाई पहिलादेखि नै हाम्रो फर्स्ट एपिसोडदेखि नै तपाईहरुले हामीलाई सपोर्ट गर्नुभएको. So we are very grateful and very thankful. So ma'am, before we start this podcast, right? Before we start this conversation, I would like to ask you a question. So ma'am, this is our ritual, ma'am. कुनै पनि podcast show मा episode मा हामी यो question सोध्ने गर्छ. So before like all this journey, managing director हुनुभन्दा अगाडि, so let's go back to your school days. So तपाई आफ्नो back in the days तपाई कस्तो स्टुडेन्ट हुनुहुन्थ्यो?
School days, I think it's a golden period for all of us. Like it's a carefree life. So, if I reflect back now, so there are a lot of relationships I built up then, which are still there today. Lifelong relationships are banaye, friends are banaye. So, which they have, we've been here till now to thick and thin. So, I was a sports person.
Okay.
So basically I was into athletics. So the other sports also I used to play, like table tennis. So I was a junior girls state champion here. So I even went and represented Sikkim on a state level to Sai. So basically I was more inclined to sports. And studies also was okay.
So तपाईं मल्टी ट्यालेन्टेड हुनुहुन्थ्यो स्कुलमा?
Multi talented, you can, I don't know, but yeah, I enjoyed sports.
So ma'am, यही क्वेसनलाई लिएर, so Sikkim Supreme लाई चाहिँ, so this is the 70th year, right ma'am? Sikkim Supreme को. So back in the days when it was established about 1956 मा, so Sikkim Supreme like त्यति बेला establish गर्नु चाहिँ why was it so important to establish a government food preservation factory? So how किन चाहिँ त्यति बेला यति साह्रो important थियो यो कुरा चाहिँ?
So I've been here for almost 3 years, right? So my understanding is that Sikkim Supreme was born out of necessity, geographically, and vision. When you talk about necessity, first let's talk about geographically.
Yes,
so even now today we have a lot of issues or problems when it comes to logistics, going to the mainland.
Yes,
so we are talking about 70 years down the line. So we were geographically isolated.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
So that was one reason. अर्को मैले तपाईँलाई भने it was a necessary because since we were a kingdom then isolation geographically isolated थियो but we had and we were into agriculture and we had a very unique like we were more into agriculture and agrarian थियो हाम्रो farmersहरु थियो so त्यति बेला टाइममा if you let's go back to 1956 भने if you go back so त्यति बेला चाहिँ हाम्रो 12th छोगेल हुनुहुन्थ्यो his majesty Tashi Namgyel उहाँ चाहिँ he is also known as the father of the modern Sikkim किनभने त्यो पिरियडमा you'll see a lot of modernization happened, industrialization happened, education fund ma, transportation ma. So त्यति बेला चाहिँ Sikkim Supreme was also born. So तपाईले एउटा दरबारबाट इस्यु गरेर तपाईले proclamation लिएर so Sikkim Supreme was formed. Necessity why? Because agriculture based हुँदाखेरि र geographical constraints ले गर्दाखेरि isolation ले गर्दाखेरि सिक्किममा हाम्रो most prominent त्यति बेला हाम्रो Mandarin oranges हरु थिए so there was no a structured system of preservation थिएन त्यति बेला so त्यति बेला अब हाम्रो छोगेल हाम्रो उहाँले चाहिँ के सोच्नु भयो जस्तो लाग्छ कि in order to preserve हाम्रो Mandarin orange and in order to ensure that farmers they sustained it becomes a sustainable practice गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ Sikkim Supreme was born so the preservation value addition was born किनभने तपाईहरुले पहिला नै कथाहरु सुन्नु भएको होला है सुन्तलाहरु यति सारो फल्थ्यो मान्छेले खानु सक्थ्यो whatever you could consume you consume rest what they used to do they used to dig it up and bury it no. So I think there was a tremendous loss. So in order to keep the Mandarin orange alive and to keep the farming alive and to make it a sustainable and economically viable, Sikkim Supreme was born. So it was out of a necessity. Visionary, why? Because we're talking about 70 years ago, eh?
Yes,
where we are totally isolated. So it was a vision that was set 70 years ago. जहाँ चाहिँ अब तपाईको post harvest losses लाई कसरी tap गर्नु त्यसलाई अब preservation मा लिएर आएर preserve गरेर त्यसलाई राख्नु so it was a vision. So now when you see Sikkim Supreme त्यो एउटा small initiative by our Chogil then we become a brand Sikkim Supreme is a brand today so it एउटा recognition पायो हाम्रो एउटा global recognition पायो हाम्रो farmers हरुले एउटा market पायो fair तपाईको pricing पायो they don't need to worry about marketing they don't need to worry about anything they know at the back of their mind whatever produce they have if they cannot sell it in the open market Sikkim Supreme is always there. So that's the backbone we are there. So that's the surety we give it to the farmers. र अर्को के भयो भने employment generation भयो.
Yes, definitely.
Then skilling of our local people हुन्छ नि production मा लिएर आएर so it was an ecosystem on its own.
Yes,
so यसमा चाहिँ तपाईको multi we talk about preservation, we talk about post harvest losses, we talk about तपाईको value addition भयो, we talk about farmer security भयो, we talk about this about responsibility of giving employment. The most essential is preserving our indigenous produce and creating a brand that is so loved by everybody.
Yes, surely. So we can say that कि ma'am जुन चाहिँ factory मात्रै preservation को लागि बनाएको थियो now it has become a brand. So I think it is also very important to people to know about this also ma'am. किनभने Sikkim Supreme is as you said loved by all the Sikkimese people because हाम्रो चाहिँ like we think that there is some connection जुन चाहिँ आइडेन्टिटी छ हाम्रो सिक्किम सुप्रिमसँग जोडेको छ भनेर सो जुन चाहिँ यो लेगेसीलाई अहिले जुन चाहिँ तपाईहरुले मिलेर क्यारी फरवर्ड गर्नुहुँदैछ हैन म्याम सो व्हाट डु यु थिंक कि अब आउने समयमा आउने जेनेरेसनमा कि सिक्किम सुप्रिम कहाँसम्म पुग्छ भनेर या फिर तपाईको भिजनको अन्डरमा तपाईँले सिक्किम सुप्रिमलाई कहाँसम्म लानुहुन्छ भनेर सोच्नु भएको?
See 70 years तपाईँले भन्नुहुँदैछ है, it's just not talks about longevity मात्रै हैन, it talks about quality, it talks about preferences, it talks about generations of commitment to the farmers and to our consumer. गर्दाखेरि Sikkim Supreme, I feel 70 years, but in another 5-6 years we're going to be 75 years. We'll be celebrating the silver platinum. So it's a milestone of trust, and it's a trust tradition. So what I see younger generation doing is, I see is like taking this ahead, because it was just Sikkim Supreme. So we all grew up with Sikkim Supreme. So the emotional era, because we were farmers, the back that was always there. We grew it. It was grown here. It was created by own people. So it was loved by own people, and it was a very responsible thing. And त्यो समयमा थिएन पनि अरु पनि, so we literally grew up. So it is more of it's also a very emotional connect to everybody. अब यो emotional connect मात्रै भएर हुँदैन. So your feelings, your connection, like you have to turn it into a tangible thing. Youth आउनु पर्यो, generations 7 generations we have preserved them, we have come this far. So the नयाँ generation तपाईको Gen Z भयो, so they have to come here, come forward. And अहिलेको generations, they're intelligent पनि छ, they know, they understand the responsibility much more than what we used to understand. So उहाँहरूले यसलाई amplify गर्नु पर्यो. So they have to make a choice to go by trend or to go by tradition. So every time you pick up something to drink, so one has to make a conscious conscious effort. Am I drinking? Am I taking this for trend? Am I taking this as a tradition or a preservation ko lagi? So a responsibility also comes to the naya generations, because government has done a lot for us. Naya systems ल्याइदिनु भएको छ. So हाम्रो honorable CM साहबको directive मा, it is very dear to him also. So he also हाम्रो CM sir आफै पनि आउनुहुन्छ. So it is something like close to all of us. हामीले नयाँ machineries हारेको छ. The processing is even better. I am not saying it was not good, but it's even better now. So we have done what we have done. We have done our part. Government is doing a part. So my appeal to the through the student wing, because you are the future. So it is now, it is your responsibility, and how far you can take it, and how well you can take it, how well you can preserve the tradition.
Sure, we like त्यही कुराको लागि चाहिँ we also thought कि people should know why it is so important, हैन, किनभने आफ्नो एउटा स्टेटको indigenous brand भएर पनि to be like appealing globally त्यो पनि. So हामीले पनि त्यसको ब्याक स्टोरीलाई चाहिँ स्टुडेन्टहरुको अगाडि, मान्छेहरु अगाडि ल्याउनको लागि चाहिँ, so we invited you and you're very kind of you. So त्यसको लागि thank you ma'am फेरि पनि. अन्त ma'am, so Sikkim Supreme like अब 70 वर्ष भइसक्यो ma'am. And ma'am छोगेलको time, like this is something that छोगेल left for us. So अहिले जुन चाहिँ यो कुरा legacy पनि, like it has become a legacy now. So brand, everybody knows what Sikkim Supreme is. So ma'am जुन चाहिँ taste छ, जुन चाहिँ authenticity छ Sikkim Supreme को, यो यति वर्षसम्म कसरी ma'am तपाईहरुले प्रिजर्भ गरेर ल्याउनु भयो आजसम्म? किनभने ma'am, from what I know, मेरो childhood देखि नै like I've been very close to like Sikkim Supreme. म जहाँ पनि जान्छु या फिर मेरो फ्यामिलीले अब कतै जाँदाखेरि कसैलाई कोसेली लाँदाखेरि सिक्किम सुप्रिमको केही न केही प्रडक्ट हुन्थ्यो म्याम या फिर कसैको बेघरमा सेलिब्रेसनमा सो एभ्रिवेयर हामीले सिक्किम सुप्रिम देख्छौँ म्याम सो जुन चाहिँ यो अथेन्टिसिटी छ जुन चाहिँ यो ओरिजिनालिटी छ म्याम यो यति समयको लागि यति टाइमदेखि कसरी म्याम यसरी तपाईँहरूले राख्नुभयो म्याम
सी अहिले तपाईँलाई म भनौँ भने पनि अहिले दिस लट अफ ट्रेन्ड है तपाईँको सो लट अफ ब्रान्ड्स आर गोइङ एन्ड बिकमिङ अर्ग्यानिकहरू भन्दाखेरि बट वी मस्ट अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड वी वर द्याट वाज अ वे अफ लाइफ फर अस
Yes, ma'am. Surely.
56 years, 70 years also, it was a way of life for us.
Yes, ma'am.
So what we are doing here is not something we are changing, we're just extending that what we had. Research bhayo, development bhayo. So, the farming, right from farming, the tradition is same. That means the very essence that crop hami lincha, fruits hami lincha. So it's the same practice नै चल्दैछ तपाईको गर्दाखेरि तपाईको फ्लेभरमा अल्टरेसन्सहरु आएको छैन हजुरको so also Sikkim Supreme ma the philosophy is we follow the same recipe, we follow the same philosophy hazuro.
Absolutely.
So trends we don't go by trends, we don't go by what is happening, we don't try to be the world हुन्छ नि we try to take where we belong from हाम्रो जुन चाहिँ आफ्नो छ सो त्यसलाई हामीले गर्दाखेरि so that uniqueness, that flavor that is there, so what you find it 70 years ago it's still there, so that's a reflection on what we are. त्यसलाई प्रिजर्भ गर्नुमा हुन्छ तपाईको किनभने अब क्लाइमेट चेन्जहरु हुन्छ so I think we are gifted with the amazing weather, our soils are so fertile, so it's also the entire हाम्रो environment ecologyले गर्दाखेरि पनि so अलिकति चेन्जेसहरु हुन्छ so there are certain secret recipesहरु छ है त्यो चाहिँ हामीले we don't compromise. Number one is we do not compromise when it comes to quality.
Surely.
हामी substandard सामानहरु केही पनि युज गर्दैन. So that is I think one of the most important thing is the recipe is followed, we follow the same philosophy and we don't make any compromise when it comes to quality.
Surely ma'am, किनभने ma'am the trust the people have in Sikkim Supreme and जुन चाहिँ यो ट्रस्ट जुन चाहिँ भरोसा हैन तपाईहरुले यति लामो टाइमदेखि बरकरार राख्नु भएको छ तपाईहरुले गरि ल्याइरहनु भएको छ र we are also very happy कि हामी जहाँ पनि wherever I go ma'am बाहिर जाँदाखेरि पनि म सिक्किम सुप्रिमको केही देख्यो भने म्याम एकदम खुसी लागेर आउँछ मनबाट म्याम त्यो किन बिलोङ्गिङनेस छ नि त
हजुर
अन्त इट इज लाइक डियर टु अस अन्त लाइक इट इज भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट फर अस टु अल्सो रियलाइज कि हामीले यो कुरालाई सपोर्ट गर्नुपर्छ आफ्नो जुन चाहिँ आफ्नो स्टेटको जुन चाहिँ भेन्चर छ यो कुरालाई हामीले अगाडि बढाउनुपर्छ अब जति सक्दो हामीले पनि यो कुरालाई प्रमोट गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने चाहिँ फ्याक्टर चाहिँ म्याम यहाँ पनि आउँछ अन्त म्याम जस्तै अब सिक्किम सुप्रिममा त सिक्किममा त वी नो इट्स भेरी डियर इट्स पिपल लभ इट अन्त म्याम बाहिर जब जान्छ लाइक जस्ट भनौँ अब हाम्रो स्टेटदेखि बाहिर जाँदाखेरि किनभने बिकज सिक्किम इज अ स्मल स्टेट होइन म्याम अन्त एउटा सानो जग्गाको सानो स्टेटको ब्रान्ड बाहिर जाँदाखेरि कतिको कम्पिटिसन या फिर म्याम कस्तो खाले च्यालेन्जेसहरू तपाईँहरूले फेस गर्नुपर्छ
See, हामीले when you talk about pan-India marketingहरु हुन्छ जाँदाखेरि so we have to compete with all the big giants तपाईको Pepsi भयो तपाईको Real भयो anything on the shelf right? So we have to compete with them गर्दाखेरि and हाम्रो चाहिँ my experience मा हामी जहाँ पनि लगेको छ people have loved it हुन्छ नि the only thing is like we do very carefully scaling गर्छ हामी हजुर हो we don't want to compromise on our quality and come in volume गर्दाखेरि हामीलाई logistics को हुन्छ किनभने हामीलाई costing मा पुरै फरक पर्छ किनभने apart from raw materials everything तपाईको packaging को we have to bring it from outside again sending गर्दाखेरि हामीलाई price factor मा पुरा challenging हुन्छ तर even saying all that हुन्छ because आज shelf मा अब I think first time I think Sikkim को only product आज तपाईले हेर्नु भयो भने तपाईको हाम्रो यो रिलायन्स स्टोरमा छ
Yes, sir.
So the very fact that we are there on the shelf with Britannia, Dabur, anything, that means we are par with them quality mai. In fact, मलाई तपाईले personally सोध्नु भयो भने चाहिँ I'll feel we are better than them. किनभने because I've not because that I'm heading the unit or I'm there as a MD, but तपाईँ जस्तो म पनि त खाँदै हुर्केको, we've been telling, but I know the philosophy of Sikkim Supreme. Yeah, there's no compromise on quality. They give the best. मैले किन हामी चाहिँ बेस्ट हो लाग्छ भने फर एक्जाम्पल तपाईँले ज्याम लिनुभयो भने एभ्रिथिङ इज फ्रुट बेस्ड है नि हाम्रो उहाँको पनि फ्रुट हो तर आवर फ्रुट चाहिँ अर्ग्यानिक फ्रुट हो नि रेस्ट एभ्रिथिङ कम्पोजिसन इज सेम नि सो वी रियली डोन्ट नो वेदर दे आर अर्ग्यानिक एन्ड इट्स अल सोर्स्ड फ्रम हियर गर्दाखेरि आई फिल वी क्वालिटी वाइज वी आर फार सुपिरियर यस अब हामीलाई प्राइसिङमा चाहिँ हामीलाई अलिकति साह्रो पर्छ किनभने दे कम इन भोल्युम्स एन्ड दे आर सेन्ट्रली लोकेटेड बट एट द एन्ड अफ द डे आई थिङ्क पिपल आर मोर अवेर हो सो दे मेक अ स्मार्टर चोइसेस सिन्स पिपल मेक स्मार्टर चोइसेस द्याट इज वाइ वी आर देयर स्टिल इन द कम्पिटिसन
हामी हुनु पनि पऱ्यो म्याम किन नहुनु हामीले माया दिइरहेको छ हामीले आफ्नो हेरिटेज उहाँहरूले अफर गरिरहेको छ सो इट इज अब खुसीको कुरा हो म्याम किनभने त्यो लेभलमा एउटा सानो जग्गाबाट एउटा सानो स्टेटको ब्रान्ड त्यो जग्गामा गएर कम्पिट गर्नु इट्स अ भेरी बिग थिङ म्याम बिकज वी आर अफरिङ एभ्रिथिङ हामीले उनीहरूलाई अथेन्टिसिटी दिएको छ वी आर अफरिङ देम आवर हेरिटेज हाम्रो अर्ग्यानिक जुन चाहिँ स्टेटसले त्यसै पनि हामीलाई एउटा अलग्गै लेभलमा पुर्याइहाल्छ नि
हजुर हजुर
सो म्याम Sikkim Supreme is not just a brand, you know, ma'am. So it has helped farmers, you know, ma'am. It has helped families, and then it has kept the trust of farmers on the families हरूलाई इम्प्लोइमेन्ट्सहरू पनि प्रोभाइड गरेको छ कति फ्यामिलीजहरूलाई सो म्याम यसको पछाडिको रिजन र जुन चाहिँ हाम्रो भ्युअर्सहरूले जान्नुपर्ने कि हाम्रो फार्मर्सहरूलाई र सिक्किमको फ्यामिलीजहरूलाई कसरी सिक्किम सुप्रिमबाट बेनिफिट हुँदैछ
सी हाम्रो फार्मर्स इफ यु टक अबाउट फार्मर्स भन्यो भने तपाईँलाई म एउटा इन्सिडेन्ट भन्छु द्याट आई हेभ काउन्टर्ड देयर हुन्छ नि आई वाज अल्सो भेरी टच्ड हुन्छ नि फार्मर्सले सबैभन्दा दुःख नै तपाईँलाई क्यासको हुन्छ है किनभने उहाँहरूको रोटेसनमा चल्छ है गर्दाखेरि सो एउटा त छँदैछ वी आर देयर दे नो वी आर देयर the ready market is there for them, they know that. Another thing what we do right now is we give them make payments on direct on cash basis. So my incident देखेको छु अब I'm a farmer अब any emergency भयो medical emergency केही भयो भने so उहाँहरूले चाहिँ के गर्नुहुन्छ they just come and they'll come with their produce and उहाँहरूले पैसा लिएर जानुहुन्छ क्या अब I have also seen like, and we don't segregate, okay, you have to bring this many quantity, it has to be like, yes, certain quality check हुन्छ quantity मा हामी चाहिँ तपाईँ 2 kg ल्याउनुहोस् तपाईँ 5 kgs गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब सिङताम हाटमै लाग्छ फार्मर्सहरू उहाँहरू आउनुहुन्छ they'll go and sell it in whatever the rate they want अब बोकेर त उहाँहरू साउथ जान सक्नुहुन्न so they come and sell it to us अन्त बिमारहरू हुँदाखेरि पैसा चाहियो भने उहाँहरूले आएर सामान लिनुहुन्छ सो इट्स नट ओन्ली अबाउट अ मार्केट प्लेस फर द प्रोड्युस बट इट्स अल्सो अबाउट गिभिङ देम फाइनेन्सियल सिक्योरिटी उहाँहरूलाई दिन्छौँ हामी हो फार्मर्सहरूलाई सो विभ टाइड अप विथ लट अफ हामीले कन्ट्र्याक्ट फार्मिङ्सहरू पनि गऱ्यौँ गर्दैछौँ पनि सो इनिसियली उहाँहरूलाई अब प्लान्टेसनहरू गर्दाखेरि त्यो गर्दाखेरि उहाँलाई हामी सपोर्ट पनि गर्छौँ हामीलाई पैसा पनि दिन्छौँ उहाँलाई है सो फार्मिङमा गर्दाखेरि त उहाँलाई के किन्नुपर्छ माने मिल्च के अरे त्यो प्लास्टिक्सहरू सिड्सहरू किन्नु लागि सो त्यो पनि दिन्छौँ अर्को कुरा चाहिँ हामी मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेन्ट के गर्छौँ भने फार्मर्सको लागि फार्मर्सको लागि मार्केट त्यो पैसा त छँदैछ अर्को वाट वी डु वी कन्जर्भ वी प्रिजर्भ अर्को चाहिँ हामी के गर्छौँ भने जति पनि सिड्सहरू हुन्छ नि हजुर यो चाहिँ हामी वी गिभ इट ब्याक टु द फार्मर्स, दे टेक इट। सो गर्दाखेरि वी गिभ इट टु अब भेरियस अदर डिपार्टमेन्ट्सहरूले पनि लानुहुन्छ, एग्रिकल्चर, हर्टिकल्चर गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हाम्रो इन्डिजिनियस जुन चाहिँ तपाईँको फ्रुटहरू छ यो चाहिँ अलाइभ भएर, सो हामी यो सिड्सहरू उहाँलाई ब्याक दिएर वी किप अन द ट्रेडिसन अफ प्लान्टेसन अन।
सो म्याम सिक्किम सुप्रिम इज भेरी सस्टेनेबल डेभलपमेन्टपट्टि पनि
हजुर हामी बिकज से हजुर बिकज अनलाइक अदर तपाईँको आई विल नट से अब अरू बिजनेसेसहरू हुन्छ है, अब सिन्स अब हामीलाई चाहिँ के हुन्छ वी आर अल्सो ब्याक्ड बाई सर्टन अब वी हेभ सम सर्टन एथोस, वी हेभ सर्टन रेस्पोन्सिबिलिटीले ब्याक हुन्छ गभर्मेन्ट एन्टिटी भएर। सो वी फलो द इन्टायर अब इकोसिस्टम क्या, अब उहाँहरूलाई सिड्स प्रोभाइड गर्नुदेखि, किन्नुदेखि, फाइनेन्सियल सपोर्ट दिनुदेखि एभ्रिथिङ गर्दाखेरि किनभने हाम्रो फार्मर्सहरू सबै गऱ्यो भने, सो इफ द मनी गोज ब्याक टु द फार्मर सस्टेनेबल भयो भने, सो फार्मिङ इज द नेक्स्ट आई थिङ्क इन्डस्ट्री विच इज गोइङ टु कम अप इन नियर फ्युचर आई थिङ्क सो। गर्दाखेरि वी आर ट्राइङ टु मेक इट लुक्रेटिभ फर अब यङ्गर जेनेरेसन्स है। अब पन्जाबमै हेर्नुहोस् है, अब दे स्टडी फार्मिङ फ्रम गुड फ्यामिली, दे बिकम फार्मर्स, दे ब्रिङ न्यू टेक्नोलोजी नि त अब तपाईँहरू स्टुडेन्ट विङ्गर हुनुहुन्छ फार्मिङ गरेर, सो दे विल बी न्यू टेक्नोलोजी जुन चाहिँ यसलाई अपग्रेड गरेर लान्छ नि हजुर। सो आई फिल लाइक द्याट।
सो म्याम फलोइङ अप टु दिस क्वेसन, द भेरी क्वेसन म्याम जुन चाहिँ आउने जेनेरेसन छ, पिपल कल देम जेनजी जुन चाहिँ अहिले भनौँ, सो म्याम सिक्किम सुप्रिमबाट हामीले या फिर आउने समयमा हामीले के कुराको ब्लेसन्स हामीले लिनुपर्ने, अन्त सिक्किम सुप्रिमले चाहिँ अब स्टुडेन्ट्सहरूलाई होइन म्याम यो कुराहरू डाइनामिक्सहरू डिस्कभर गर्नुमा कसरी हेल्प गर्नुहुँदैछ? बिकज म्याम यु वर टकिङ अबाउट कि तपाईँहरूले इन्टर्नसिपहरू पनि प्रोभाइड गर्नुहुन्छ भनेर, यो कुरामा अलिकति तपाईँको इन्साइट अलिकति तपाईँहरूले भनिदिनुहोस् न कस्तो हुन्छ?
सिक्किम सुप्रिम अब हामी चाहिँ एउटा गभर्मेन्ट लेड एउटा पिएसयु भएर, सो वी गिभ देयर लट अफ चिल्ड्रेन हु कम, किनभने हाम्रो यहाँनिर जति पनि तपाईँ क्याफेट भयो, एसआरएम भयो, तपाईँको माथि नर्सिङ एसआरएलएम भयो, यहाँको नानीहरू जति पनि द वान्स हु आर डुइङ फुड टेक्नोलोजी भयो, सो आई हेभ अल्सो सिन लट अफ चिल्ड्रेन फ्रम एमबिए गरेको, बिबिए गरेको, सो हाम्रो यहाँका नानीहरूलाई बाहिर गएर इन्टर्न गर्नु पुरा साह्रो पर्छ उनीहरूलाई टु गेट एक्सेप्टेड फर इन्टर्न, एन्ड खर्च पनि बेसी हुन्छ हो। सो वी विल टेक लट अफ स्टुडेन्ट्स एज अ ट्रेनी, एज अ इन्टर्न, उनीहरूलाई ट्रेनिङहरू दिन्छ बिट इन एनी फिल्ड, अकाउन्ट तपाईँको एमबिए स्टुडेन्ट्सहरू छ भने तपाईँको अकाउन्ट सेक्सनमा, मार्केटिङमा, तपाईँको फुडमा गरेको छ भने प्रोडक्सन हाउसमा। सो यु विल बी सरप्राइज्ड तपाईँले हामीले लाइक वी गेट चिल्ड्रेन फ्रम द रेगुलर, तपाईँको इम्फालबाट आउँछ, अरुणाचलबाट आउँछ, तपाईँको गुवाहाटीबाट आउँछ। सो लट अफ कलेजेस, इन्स्टिट्युटहरूले हाम्रो अप्रोच गर्छ बिकज दे नो अबाउट अस हुन्छ नि हाम्रो प्रोडक्सन युनिट, बिकज वी आर द ओल्डेस्ट हियर इन सिक्किम। त्यति मात्रै नभएर पनि एउटा नलेज हब जस्तो पनि भयो, हामी एउटा एक्सपिरियन्स सेन्टर जस्तो पनि वी अल्सो फङ्सन एज अ एक्सपिरियन्स सेन्टर। वी हेभ लट अफ चिल्ड्रेन हुन्छ नि तपाईँको स्कुलको नानीहरू आउँछ तपाईँको फिल्ड भिजिटको लागि, टुरको लागि, सो वी गिभ देम अ टुर, हाम्रो टिमले लान्छ, प्रोडक्सन टिमले लान्छ, सो वी एजुकेट देम। जति पनि यङ माइन्ड्समा हुन्छ नि क्वेसन, हाउ इज इट मेड, हाउ द प्रोसेस इज डन, उनीहरूलाई हामी स्टेप बाई स्टेप वी टेल देम हाउ इट्स देयर। सो उनीहरूलाई फिल्ड भिजिट गर्नको लागि वी ओपन, तर अब सिजन टाइममा चाहिँ हामी वी ट्राई एन्ड टेक भेरी लेस, किनभने हाम्रो प्रोडक्सन पुरा भएको हुन्छ, इट ह्याम्पर्स हर्स एन्ड कन्टामिनेसन हुने डर हुन्छ। सो अदरवाइज हामी स्टुडेन्टहरूलाई we encourage them to come. We have never denied any access to them. Any questions अब तपाईँको entrepreneursहरू पनि छ भने पनि they get in touch with our team. एउटा knowledge sharing partner जस्तो पनि भयो. So yes, हामी एउटा प्रडक्सन युनिट नभएर पनि we're also experience center, एउटा knowledge center पनि हामी त्यस्तो प्रकारले we work as that also.
किनभने एज अ स्टुडेन्ट आई क्यान अल्सो अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड कि हामीले जब यस्तो प्लेटफर्म पाउँदाखेरि हामी कति खुसी हुन्छ भनेर सो इट इज अ रियली लाइक प्राइड फर अस कि तपाईँ हाम्रो सिक्किम सुप्रिमलाई पढ्नुको लागि लाइक टु इन्टर्नमा पनि बाहिरबाट पनि आउँछ भनेर एन्ड मलाई त आइडिया थिएन म्याम साँच्चीमै अन्त अहिले चाहिँ मलाई पनि खुसी लाग्यो म्याम कि बाहिरबाट नै स्टुडेन्टहरू
आउँछ हजुर
अन्त किनभने म्याम एज अ स्टुडेन्ट वी क्यान लाइक अब कसैले हामीलाई त्यस्तो प्लेटफर्म प्रोभाइड गर्दैछ भने हामीलाई धेरै कति खुसी लाग्छ म्याम अन्त प्लस द एक्सपिरियन्स वी क्यान लाइक अर्न फ्रम द्याट प्लेस त्यो हामीलाई लाइफभरि नै काम लाग्छ म्याम अन्त म्याम अर्को क्वेसन फलोअप गर्नुपर्दाखेरि म्याम सो डल्ले खोर्सानी भइगयो म्याम जस्तै सो डल्ले खोर्सानी इज समथिङ जो चाहिँ हाम्रो फ्यामिलीको मेम्बरै जस्तो हुन्छ म्याम किनभने हाम्रो सोसाइटीमा त लाइक कस्तो हुन्छ भने अब डल्ले खोर्सानी बिना खानै खाँदैन कतिजना अन्त एकदम हाम्रो क्लोज हुन्छ म्याम अन्त जस्तै यो डल्ले खोर्सानी एउटा जुन चाहिँ लोकली प्रड्युस्ड चिली भनौँ न म्याम सो म्याम यसलाई ग्लोबल रिकग्निसन दिनुमा सिक्किम सुप्रिम हेज प्लेड अ भेरी ग्रेट रोल सो यसको पछाडिको अलिकति स्टोरी पनि भनिदिनुहोस् न म्याम कि कसरी चाहिँ डल्ले खोर्सानी चाहिँ मतलब पपुलर पनि भयो र अगाडि चाहिँ म्याम यसलाई तपाईँहरूले लानुको लागि के अझै अरू प्लान्सहरू गर्नुहुँदैछ फ्युचरमा
when farmer initiative भयो यो डल्लेको farming was initiated by the government गर्दाखेरि lot of farmers अगाडि आयो they produced डल्ले है अब again डल्ले is a very perishable item भयो गर्दाखेरि there were few private players also जसले ट्याप गर्यो यसलाई and Sikkim Supreme was one of them. So, and what I have heard from the stories that I have from मेरो प्रेसिडेन्ट्स जति पनि एमडीजहरूले उहाँले के गर्नुभएको हुन्छ भने उहाँले चाहिँ फार्मिङमा गएर के अब फार्मर्सहरूलाई बनाउनुहोस् भनेर सो ट्रायल गरेर यसलाई भ्याल्यु एडिसनहरू ल्याएर सो गरेर यसलाई एउटा अगेन यसलाई प्रिजर्भ फर्ममा लिएर आएर एउटा सेल्फ लाइफ दियो यसलाई हुन्छ नि जब तपाईँले कुनै चिजलाई एउटा सेल्फ लाइफ दिन्छ त्यसको भ्याल्यु खोलिहाल्छ तपाईँको मार्केट पुगिहाल्छ सो एन्ड इट रिचेस टु सो मेनी पिपल हु लभ डल्ले चिली है हामी कति हाम्रो सिक्किमकै हुनुहुन्छ इट्स फार फ्लङ प्लेसेसमा नट ओन्ली सिक्किम तपाईँको नेबरिङ स्टेट्स अल्सो दे लभ द्याट सो सिक्किम सुप्रिमले चाहिँ हेज प्लेड अ भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट रोल इन के अरे इन भ्याल्यु एडिसन अफ तपाईँको डल्लेमा तपाईँको भेराइटिजमा हामीले निकालेको छ एन्ड इट इज अल्सो वान अफ के भन्नु इट्स अ फास्ट मुभिङ प्रडक्ट पनि हो एन्ड जुन चाहिँ फ्लेभर र जुन चाहिँ सिक्किम सुप्रिमको छ यु विल नट फाइन्ड विथ एनीबडी एल्स जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ
म्याम त्यही त म्याम सिक्किम सुप्रिम हेज बिन क्यारिङ आवर अर्ग्यानिक लेगेसी होइन इन्डियाभरि नै यु क्यान से ग्लोबली पनि म्याम अन्त म्याम यो लेगेसी जब तपाईँहरूले क्यारी फरवर्ड गरेर जानु भन्दाखेरि कतिको च्यालेन्जेसहरू आउँछ म्याम किनभने समटाइम्स अब भनेको जस्तो त हुँदैन म्याम जहिले पनि सो हाम्रो जुन चाहिँ यो अर्ग्यानिक लेगेसीलाई मतलब के फ्युचर च्यालेन्जेस आउनुसक्छ या फिर म्याम कस्तो खाले च्यालेन्जेसहरू तपाईँहरूले एज अ भेन्चर तपाईँहरूले फेस गर्नुहुँदैछ बिकज पिपल वुड लाइक टु नो होइन म्याम किनभने अब कति ब्रान्ड्सहरू हामीले देख्छौँ जस्तो तपाईँले भन्नुभयो कि नामको मात्रै अर्ग्यानिक हुन्छ होइन म्याम तर अब हाम्रो जुन चाहिँ यो लेगेसी तपाईँहरूले अगाडि बढाएर लानु भइरहेको छ म्याम यसमा च्यालेन्जेसहरू कस्तो खाले आउँछ म्याम
सी हामीलाई एज सच मार्केटिङमा च्यालेन्जेस आउनुपर्छ बिकज अहिले त छैन है लाइक आई टोल्ड यु मेरो प्रिभियस प्रेसिडेन्ट जति पनि हुनुहुन्छ इट इज मार्केटेड वेल त्यो संसारमा कोही पनि छैन हु डजन्ट नो अबाउट डल्ले है हामीलाई मार्केट गर्नु एन्ड इट हेज अ ह्युज मार्केट तपाईँको अब लाइक यु सेड ग्लोबली पनि जान्दैछ लट अफ इन डिफ्रेन्ट फर्म्स तपाईँ पिकल नभएर आज तपाईँको फ्लेक्समा छ तपाईँको ड्राइड फर्ममा छ सो दिज आर मोर इजियर टु ट्रान्सपोर्ट है टु टेक इट एनिवेयर एल्स गर्दाखेरि च्यालेन्जेस तपाईँको कहाँ आउँछ भने अब हामी वेन वी क्रिएट अ मार्केट एन्ड वेन वी क्यान नट सप्लाई हुन्छ नि गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ वाट ह्यापन्स एफएमजिसी सेक्टरमा चाहिँ इट्स अ भेरी फास्ट मुभिङ यु आर देयर टुडे टुमोरो समबडी एल्स टेक्स द सेल्फ हुन्छ नि एन्ड अहिले जुन चाहिँ तपाईँ ट्रेन्ड देख्नुहुन्छ generations जुन चाहिँ छ so they like to experience.
Yes,
They like to experience different. So the minute you're not in the shelf, somebody else takes that space.
Absolutely.
So marketing उयसमा चाहिँ हामीलाई छैन. So हामीलाई कहाँ हुनु challenges आउँछ भने in case there's a failure in crop भयो भने हजुर हो किनभने these are again natureले गरेको हुन्छ कोहीलाई disease लाग्छ है हजुर sourcingमा मात्रै हुन्छ otherwise as such त्यो हामीलाई अहिलेसम्म चाहिँ we've not faced any challenges in sourcing हामीलाई डल्लेमा किनभने lots of डल्ले growers छ तपाईको हजुर हो यस्तो आयो भने if one pocket segmentमा के भइहाल्यो भने so तपाईले सिक्किमभरि नै पाउँछ so अहिले as such हामीलाई we've not faced any problem.
Ma'am, being a managing director of Sikkim Supreme, so one business lesson that you would like to give to our listeners, those who want to start their own venture or those who want to start startup in this food processing food processing मा जसले आफ्नो भेन्चरहरु स्टार्ट गर्नुहुन्छ उहाँहरुलाई तपाईको एउटा बिजनेस लेसन्स के दिन चाहनुहुन्छ?
See, I'm very grateful to the government, especially our Honorable CM sir, who has given me an opportunity to serve our heritage, because Sikkim Supreme is a heritage.
Sure.
I also learned a lot from there. Moment tapahरु जस्तो Sikkim Supreme को एउटा consumer थिए.
Yes,
Today I'm in the other side of the fence, manufacturing. So what I learned in my tenure currently is like, I don't think so we should look at the way the world is going. I would rather suggest our entrepreneurs to take to the world from what we have.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So we are blessed with amazing climate, soil राम्रो छ. So rather than taking from the bringing to the world inside Sikkim, so we should go beyond, we should take Sikkim to the world. That is our strongest USP, what we have out here, because what we have nobody has.
Surely, absolutely.
And we should capitalize them. Challenges huncha, tapeko challenges आउँछ, but then everything there's a challenge, no? And for entrepreneurs, I think government has so many schemes. You just need to decide, commerce industry ma janos, MSME ma janos. So the only thing is like you have to train your mind and say, okay, I'm ready to work. So तपाईले hand holding in finance ma bhayo, nurturing ma bhayo, तपाईको if you are small entrepreneurs, अब हाम्रो मैले देखेको छु, because I also learned a lot from here, because I come from a different sector. I learned from them. I was also given a platform to learn. So from the department, I was taken to various places. I was sent different fairs. So I see entrepreneurs, they get so much of a platform today. Department everything is provided for. So its consistency is one thing. So I feel for entrepreneurs, it's a golden period for them.
Yes, sir, surely.
Because so it's just like you need to decide on something, and you should be willing to work hard, and you should be consistent. And another most important thing is like you should be a very clean label, like what Sikkim Supreme is like. Our label is very clean. You understand what we are, nothing complex about it. And consistency, quality, perseverance, marketing platform, hand holding. So I think it's a golden era for entrepreneurs.
Sure.
You just need to make your mind up and move ahead.
Yes, sir. Because there are so many opportunities, right? हामीले explore गर्नु पर्यो भने. So ma'am, अहिले जुन चाहिँ गभर्नमेन्ट फ्रुट प्रिजर्भेसन फ्याक्ट्री जुन चाहिँ सिङताममा छ, त्यसलाई म्याम अझै लोकल्सहरूले अझै पनि जुस फ्याक्ट्री भनेर चिन्छ है म्याम. जुस फ्याक्ट्री भन्छ, सुन्तला फ्याक्ट्री भन्छ. सो म्याम अन्त हाम्रो चाइल्डहुड मेमोरिज, कतिजनाको लोकल्सहरूको चाइल्ड मेमोरिज त्यो जग्गासँग जोडेको छ, त्यो यो ब्रान्डसँग जोडेको छ. सो म्याम त्यो जग्गामा बसेर तपाईँ एज अ म्यानेजिङ डाइरेक्टर भएर त्यो कुरालाई लिड गर्दाखेरि तपाईलाई कस्तो फिल हुन्छ? हाउ डु यु फिल?
See, like I told you, no, it was a privilege for me to be sent there. It's a heritage, so it's an opportunity that I got to serve today. पहिला म एउटा कन्ज्युमर मात्रै थिएँ हैन, so I could do more. I could contribute towards the growth of Sikkim Supreme हुन्छ नि. जुन चाहिँ चीज चाहिँ we all loved it so much. To lead that something itself is, I feel it's a very, it's a privilege for me that I was given to lead and to do something for my legacy, for our heritage, and contribute in whatever way, small way I can do. So I feel privileged to be there, and whatever in small, big ways I can do, I'll continue to do that.
So it must feel very nice, ma'am.
Of course it does, Mazhar.
So ma'am, recently we saw the launch of the new dark chocolate series. And यसमा चाहिँ ma'am, just we saw कि डल्ले खोर्सानी, and then mandarin, then cardamom. So ma'am, यो जुन चाहिँ डार्क सिरिजको चकलेट तपाईहरुले इन्ट्रोड्युस गर्नुभयो या ल्याउनु भयो, अनि त्यति बेला म्याम यसको R&D मा चाहिँ म्याम मतलब कसरी चाहिँ यसको मतलब आइडिया तपाईहरुले आयो, अनि यसको R&D गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ मतलब कस्तो त्यो प्रोसेस थियो म्याम डल्लै?
So I'll just take you to a little journey हुन्छ नि. So when I joined Sikkim Supreme हुन्छ नि, मैले एउटा चीज चाहिँ what I noticed was there was a generation gap.
Yes ma'am, surely.
So we take it like maybe 10-20 years younger अब तपाईहरुले लिनुहुन्छ होला, तर अहिलेको जुन चाहिँ जेनेरेसन छ, जेन जी भन्नुहुन्छ कि त्यो भन्दा सानो, so I felt they were not connected to Sikkim Supreme, and they are the future who has to take Sikkim Supreme ahead ni, na? Because they have to, like, we grew up having that, we grew up believing in that, and we are in love with them. That's why we take it with pride wherever we go. हामी कसैलाई लिएर जान्छौं, कसैले लिएर जाँदाखेरि we take the best of what we have नि, हैन? So I felt there was a gap there. So in order to for Sikkim Supreme to survive, sustain, त्यो मैले gap fill गर्नुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्यो. That's why हामीले not only with chocolate, but there are a lot of R&Ds, and we have done. Gen Zs are more, अब अहिलेको generations are more towards healthier choice हुन्छ नि. So keeping the tradition alive.
Yes,
हाम्रो जुन चाहिँ हाम्रो main focus छ, keeping our culinary tradition alive and giving it a healthier twist. गर्दाखेरि हामीले हाम्रो pickles-हरुमा पनि हेर्नुभयो भने we have introduced a lot of olive oils. Olive oil based छ. People who don't like to go for a healthier option, so we use extra virgin olive oil. We have gone for pink salts, so small changes in the thing, but it's a very meaningful changes, and which clicks to the younger generation. So we have come up with a lot of small package तपाईको देख्नुहुन्छ RTS juices that because they like to travel and keep गर्दाखेरि, so it's user friendly. अर्को चीज तपाईले आउनुभयो chocolate. So I knew I had to connect because I think that's why I'm here also today, because somewhere down the line I feel I've struck a chord with the younger generation. Dark chocolates पुरा तपाईको अहिले ट्रेन्डमा छ भनौं नै, because it's healthy, it's all that. So something which is already loved by everybody. So यसलाई चाहिँ हामी localize कसरी गर्नु, how to localize it. So and like I said, let's not bring the world inside, let's take what we have to the world, no. So त्यति बेला चाहिँ then I sorted out and thought, okay, about 50 years of celebration भएर पनि एउटा हाम्रो, I also wanted to give a tribute to our farmers, जसले यति लामो sustain गरेर kept Sikkim Supreme alive, because we work, if our relevance is there, if farmers are there, if we are there, the farmers are also there. We have a two-way process of thing. गर्दाखेरि it's a tribute. So हाम्रो सबसे famous भएको एउटा is डल्ले चिली, which is GI tag product. And Sikkim Supreme चाहिँ हामी चाहिँ we are an authorized user of GI tag. We are one of a few thing that can use the GI logo. That means जति पनि तपाईको डल्ले छ, it's all procured from Sikkim. So we are one manufacturing unit where you can trace the farmer. तपाईले यो कहाँबाट किन्नु भयो भने we can trace you. अब तपाईले किवी कहाँबाट किन्नु भयो we can trace it. So हामी trace पनि गर्न सक्छ. गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ then we said we chose डल्ले. Then एउटा तपाईको cardamom आयो हजुर हो, which is worldwide. अर्को आयो 50 years. So since we start with तपाईले भन्नुभयो नि juice factory भन्नुभयो नि. त्यो orange juice ले गर्दाखेरि अब nobody could pronounce होला अब government food preservation factory हो. सबैलाई एउटै याद थियो त्यो juice factory हो, त्यहाँ juice बनिन्छ. And हामीले पनि सुन्दा juice factory नै भन्छ. So very few people know it as a government food preservation factory नि. Brand बर्चिङ चाहिँ Sikkim Supreme अलिकति पछाडि आयो brand. त्यो भन्दा अगाडि brand थिएन. गर्दाखेरि juice factory नै हो brand. Then अर्को चाहिँ तपाईले juice factory भन्छ, अर्को चाहिँ सुन्तला factory पनि भन्थ्यो. Because सबैले सुन्तला त्यहाँ ल्याउँथ्यो नि हजुर हो. गर्दा सुन्तला factory पनि भन्थ्यो. So तपाईको जुन चाहिँ अघिको I missed it. गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ then we targeted orange हजुर. हामी यो तिनटालाई अब there was a lot of अब हाम्रो internally पनि अब कसरी चाहिँ how we are going to do it अब. So हामीले निकै R&D गर्यौं. So I think it took us almost like 6 months for us to come out with any product हुन्छ नि. We do and we sit down and we'll do an R&D and त्यसलाई हामी कुरा गर्छौं. We make one product. We waited for 15 days. Change भएन भने again okay this is not lacking, so we make it again. So it's a very long process. त्यसलाई finalize गर्नुमा flavor लाई texture लाई त्यो finalize गर्नु नि हामीलाई अब every 15 days बादमा change गर्दा it takes around 4 to 5 months. It's a very tedious thing. अब त्यहाँदेखि when you stabilize everything, then त्यसलाई shelf life दिनु पर्यो हजुर हो. Then it goes for testing गर्नु पर्यो. So गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यहाँदेखि सुन्तलामा जुन चाहिँ छ, we have not used anything. See Sikkim Supreme say we try to be as natural as possible. We'll try to use less artificial products as thing. So हामीले यसलाई चाहिँ हाम्रैबाट लोकलबाट then हामीले डल्लेलाई लिएर आयौं. then त्यसलाई how to use it अब in what form to use it. त्यसलाई अब internal everything I cannot tell you what is there. So how to take out the flavor, त्यसलाई कसरी balance गर्नु. So even if you see a dark chocolate, there's 45%, there's 55%. 55% तपाईको उयसमा छ तपाईको डल्ले चिलीमा छ, कार्डमममा छ. We had to really play with the percentage also, the best निकाल्नु लागि. So अन्त अब orange तपाईले लिनु भयो भने जुन चाहिँ तपाईले orange chocolate दिनुहुन्छ, you know how we have flavored it. We extract the oil सुन्तलाको बोक्राबाट हुन्छ र. अन्त 30 ml को तपाईको के रे oil निकाल्नु लागि चाहिँ we need minimum 1000 oranges को peel. So that's the kind of purity we are talking about. डल्ले सबै सिक्किमको तपाईको. Cardamom again it's GI tag, it's from Sikkim. The cardamom that we are using is we're buying it from some get extracted. So these are all steam dried. Steam dried छ भने Sikkim हुन्छ भने it retains the flavor, retains the color. जुन चाहिँ हामी ट्रेडिसनल त्यो हामीले धुवामा सुकाउँदा भट्टीमा. So it has that charcoal which we like it, but probably अब बाहिर हुँदैन होला. So these के रे तपाईको cardamoms are also dried in a very different way, processed in a very different way, and to take out the best so that we don't spoil the the oil, aroma and the flavor, because they are very delicate processing. So yeah, so it was just one day we just sat down and they were and let's just go for it whenever. So there are a lot of R&Ds some of them become successful, some of them don't. So but like I told you, I think also the whole fact is like we have to keep trying.
Yes, ma'am, sure.
There are going to be some cases which is going to hit, there are some cases which is going to miss. So chocolate was one of them. I think we were successful because we
Kept trying.
struck the chord of our people, association
Absolutely.
to the flavor. So this is something like the entrepreneurs are like. So it's something you take it from the mountains. Don't follow what is there. You take what you have to the world.
Sure. So globalized product, localized taste.
Yes, yes, and we are experienced in that, no?
Nice one, sure.
हामी जस्तो सुन्तलाको जुस कहीँ पनि पाउँदैन,
Oh, sure. Yes, ma'am.
कहीँ पाउँदैन. तपाईँ किसान हेर्नुहोस्, तपाईँ अरू पनि हेर्नुहोस्, it doesn't taste like what we have, because that's the uniqueness. So I mean, we should take pride in what we have, unique taste ko लागि.
Absolutely, ma'am. So ma'am, as we come towards the end of our episode, we would like to thank you and thank Sikkim Supreme, ma'am. So this is the last question of our today's episode. So as an MD or as personally, ma'am, what would you like to suggest or give suggestion to our viewers? तपाईले आफ्नो मनबाट के हाम्रो भ्युअर्सहरुलाई भनिदिन चाहनुहुन्छ?
Thank you so much for asking these questions. I have so many. Actually, to all our viewers, first of all, I would like to really thank the entire team, Sikkim students Sparsh, led by Amro SKM student wing. I would like thank you for the opportunity and giving me the platform to speak about Sikkim Supreme and to reach out to everybody, especially to the younger generation. So my appeal is to the viewers, especially to the younger generation, and before that, I would just like to say, we are heading towards a platinum celebration of platinum year. So यसकोमा चाहिँ यति नै रिक्वेस्ट छ. So we have done what we have can. We are still doing. Government is also doing what they doing the best they can in every possible way. सबै प्रकारले department is doing. हामीले सबैले help गर्दैछ. But eventually, like I said, until and unless people don't realize and we don't become a conscious buyer, whether should I go for a trend or should I go to preserve a tradition, because even this is a heritage that we are talking about, and it's in the younger generation ko hand to take it forward. It is in their thing. So I'll request everybody to make a conscious choices when they are procuring. Choose Sikkim Supreme. We are a very good brand. In fact, we are only one of those few brands in India which is actually pulp based.
Yes, ma'am.
Rest are all flavor, concentrate. Pulp is a real food, as good as natural only. So, and we are a very clean label. उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ त्यही भन्छु, तपाईहरु जान्दाखेरि है, let's serve tradition, no?
Sure, ma'am.
घरमा जाँदाखेरि, if you have a guest or your friends come, so why would you serve other aerated drinks, carbonated drinks, because you'll get it pan India, you'll get it all over the world. Will they ever get to taste the flavor of Sikkim, that you have it in a bottle of orange juice? So my request is to sustainable bananu, not for us also, because if Sikkim Supreme grows, So along with us, a farmer grows. I'm a farmer. We can give them better price. We can make the whole farming experience more lucrative. Plus, our brand la protect garcha. Our culinary, it's a culinary it's a culinary preservation of culinary that we have done it for almost 70 years. So my request to the viewers is next time, even to food industry ma even if for gifting purpose, even for serving purpose, please advocate vocal for local.
Sure, absolutely.
So before concluding, there's a small thing that I want to add to our viewers. Please don't go by what is there, what you see. Please read the label, what is actually there, whether what you're paying for it is healthy for you, it is a good choice for you. So that's a small message that I want to give it to all the viewers.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So this was the story behind Sikkim Supreme, a heritage, a legacy that has been going through 70 years, and now it's our responsibility to sustain the brand and to learn from itself to how it is carrying our tradition, our authenticity, and our legacy. So to our viewers, I would like to request to kindly watch this episode. It is a very insightful episode, and kindly share this episode and like, subscribe, and share this podcast. And in the coming days, we will be bringing you with more insightful episodes. And that's all for today. And we would also like to thank Taika for providing us with this beautiful venue, and absolutely we'd also not forget to gift ma'am with our very own gift hampers provided us by Sikkim Supreme. And ma'am, in coming days we would like to have more collaborative programs and initiatives with you. And
sure, anytime, anytime.
So we'll be gifting her with the gift hampers provided us by none other than Sikkim Supreme. Thank you and stay tuned.
Voices of Tomorrow, Stories of Today. This is by the students for the students.